Mm-hmm. Screw me. What's good, fam? Back at it live and direct, live and direct. You know what I'm saying? I think I have a new streaming schedule that I like, or Yap session schedule that I like. And I think I'll probably do from now on Monday through Thursday. Yeah, I think Monday through Thursday is good because my schedule gets a lot more hectic on the weekends because obviously I got the fan podcast going on and I got to squeeze a lot of stuff in. And then the live streams always end up suffering in the end. So I think if I just have it solid, be Monday through Thursday, I think that would be smoother. So that's how I'm going to kind of move with that going forward. I think that'll be clean. But in other words, you know what I'm saying? We back at it with another Yap session, some success tips for you guys of just some shit I'm thinking about because I'm always thinking about this shit. I'm always thinking about winning and being powerful and reaching the peak of my power. That's all that's on my fucking mind. And naturally, because that's all that's on my fucking mind, I love talking to you niggas about this shit. So, yeah. Okay. So, the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about here is something that I've been realizing a lot more. And it's funny because this kind of involves the fan podcast in a way where I see a lot of young men, they go to college and they study at university and they come out of university or come out of college and they can't find a job. It's like, oh, I can't find a job. I've applied to a million places. I've sent 800 applications. I've sent 1,000 applications. I've sent 2,000 applications. I'm like, nigga, damn. You trying hard to find a job, but you can't find one. And I think it's because we've taught an entire generation of men things that are not actually valuable. Like an entire generation of men don't actually understand what is valuable to an employer. And what do I mean by this? You see, studying something, watching content, reading books is great. But the thing is, what is valuable in the world, in the real world, is application, guys. Application is actually what matters. Real skill comes from real experience, not from you studying a book, not from you watching hours of content, right? You don't learn anything from that. You have knowledge, you get context, don't get it twisted. But what makes things, what creates things, what creates value is application. It's what you do with that knowledge. There's a lot of smart niggas out there that nobody gives a fuck about. That is, there's a lot of smart guys that are out there that are completely irrelevant. Why? Because who gives a fuck about what you know? It's about what you do. What are you doing? What can be seen? What are you creating? That's what matters. So bringing this back to the whole university and college thing, like let's just be fucking real. Let's keep it an absolute stack. Going to college is just an opportunity for you to be a degenerate for 4 fucking years and to learn absolutely nothing. And what I mean by learn absolutely nothing, I don't mean that you don't know anything, that you're not studying, that you're not reading books or taking classes. I mean that you're not becoming a valuable individual to society. Just because you read a book for 4 fucking years doesn't mean you can do things in the real world. If I'm an employer, I want to hire somebody who can do the thing, right? If I'm a fucking head hire at McDonald's, right? And I want to hire a burger flipper or somebody who knows how to flip burgers, who am I going to hire? The nigga that has been flipping burgers over at this other restaurant, fucking Arby's, or Arby's kind of ass, but Arby's, right? Who's been flipping burgers at Arby's for the past 4 years, or this college student who has a degree in flipping burgers but has never flipped a burger in his life. Obviously, this other guy who's already been doing this shit for so long, right? This is why a lot of you guys are seeing where these corporations and these businesses are asking for experience because these corporations and businesses understand experience is what matters because real skill comes from real experience. So your dumbass coming out of college the past 4 years has no experience with anything. You're useless. You just know things, but you don't know how to apply things. Guys, knowing things does not mean you know how to do something. Just because you know about basketball doesn't mean you can compete at a professional basketball player level. It doesn't mean you can compete in the NBA, obviously, right? Exactly. So, too many men have been made to not really understand what it takes to actually be valuable to society. They think, oh, I need to go get a degree. I need to go get a piece of paper that says, I know this to be valuable. But that's far from the case. You need to actually have real skill and real ability. right? And this is honestly a big reason why formal education is falling apart, because everybody's realizing it's a scam. What is the scam? The scam is you're going to school for 4 years, you're dropping $200,000, right? Getting all the student loan debt to come out of those 4 years and be completely invaluable to all your employers, because you are invaluable. This it's not like your employers are dumb or crazy. Hey, look at him. He went to this school and has this degree and master's degree and bachelor's degree. It's like, nigga, that doesn't fucking matter if you don't know what to do. If I can't hire you when you can't instantly perform because I have to teach you how to do the thing, because knowing things is different from applying things. Just because you know things doesn't mean you can apply things, right? As I was just saying, like, I don't, as an employer, I don't have time to be teaching you shit. Whereas if I just got this other guy down the street who's already been doing this same job for years, I'm just going to hire him because he's going to know what the fuck to do instantly. Time is money, y'all. So that's the unfortunate reality of the situation. Why so many of you young guys, it's so unfortunate to see you guys go to school for 4 years, drop $200,000 in student loan debt, which is a fucking scam, to come out and not even be able to instantly get a job for 2 to 3 years. And it comes from this misunderstanding. It comes from this misunderstanding that you need to study something for 4 years to be good at something, when no, you just need to do the thing. You need to go do. You need to do. You don't need to study more. You don't need to watch more content. And this, to kind of wrap it kind of up here in a bowl, you need to understand, across whatever you're trying to pursue in your life, you don't need to study shit, bro. Right? I'm not saying you can't build context around what you're trying to get into, but taking action is what matters most. Application is what creates valuable. Application is what creates skill. Sure, you can gain some knowledge or context from whatever you want to get into, whether it be content, business, music, being an artist, whatever it is, bro. Like, taking action will teach you more than any studying will do. And when you do both at the same time, that's when you could be at your prime. When you're both studying what you're doing as well as taking action with what you're doing, you're merging these things together. That's where you're creating real value for yourself and in the world. That's where you're getting real skill, where the knowledge is actually getting sharpened by the application. So it's just so unfortunate to see so many young guys be in this situation where you go to school and waste all this fucking money, when the truth is, to get real skill, you just need to do the thing. So many of you guys have just went to college and wasted so much fucking money, and it's just really unfortunate. But to impart this now knowledge to you guys, what's important is real application. You need to do the thing. Doing the thing is what matters. Getting real experience is what matters. Ignore everything else. You don't need to study more. You don't need to watch more shit. You need to go take fucking action. That's what matters. That's what gets you real skill. Right? So yeah, man, it's unfortunate to see this kind of crisis that we're in, with so many people not being able to get jobs. And I'm like, well, your employers have no fucking reason to hire you, bro. You have no skill. You have no ability. This is why they all ask for a shit ton of experience. And then you sit there like, well, shit, I don't have any experience, so I can't get this job. Yeah, you went to school for 4 years for no fucking reason, when you could have just not went to school and then got real experience in a different way. You could have just found different ways. You could have actually learned the thing or found a way to train yourself on your own, right? Obviously, this depends on the career or whatever. I'm not saying if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, it doesn't make sense to go to college or university. Obviously, you need to go to school for these things, right? But for a lot of the other degrees, like if you're going to college for a business degree or economics, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need a business degree or an entrepreneurship degree to get into entrepreneurship or business. The fuck? Like, obviously a waste of time and money. Understand? And these universities aren't going to tell you, hey, you don't need this, because the university is trying to make money off your dumb ass. They're not going to tell you. So all in all, it's an unfortunate situation to be seeing it, but that's just where we are. That's why it is. It's because too many men have been psyoped into believing to be good at something, you need to study for 4 years and get a piece of paper. When no, you just need to go get real ability by getting the real experience. You need to just go do the thing. Men, we do. That's how we operate. That's how we move. We take action. So it's just really unfortunate, but we'll see how things change. I think a lot, and it's because even with seeing a lot more men not going to university anymore too, because that's also another thing I was seeing. I'm like, well, this is kind of fine. This is actually a good thing, because a lot more men are just realizing that I don't need to go to school to learn a lot of the skills I want to learn, especially with the rise of the internet. Right now, you can pretty much learn whatever you want to learn on the internet, especially if it involves some form of technology. You want to get into cybersecurity, you want to get into coding, you want to get into computer science, you want to start learning about AI, whatever it is. You can just go on the internet now. You don't need to go to school for that shit, right? And these industries are only going to become more popular as technology continues to advance. So it's like, why would you spend any money on going to go get this uses degree when you could just get real experience on your own as long as you have a laptop and a computer and general software? You can go get some minimum wage job or a couple minimum wage jobs, pull that money together and buy stuff that you need to train and increase your ability. So all in all, it's a very interesting situation, but that's just where we are. I think it's just so unfortunate. And even saying this all to say, because the primary reason why I even went to university was just for soccer initially. Like that, like even when I was thinking about university, I was not thinking about like what I was, because I was like, okay, because back then I wanted to pursue professional soccer, or about, I want to say 5 years back. 5 years back. Let's say 6 years back. That's where my main focus was, and that's pretty much why I went to university. So, but then it's funny because I realized like, oh, to get a professional, and I'm not going to go into all that because that's a whole other, there's a lot of information behind that. But I realized, oh, to get a professional contract, you don't even need to go to university, like to get a professional contract. Like they have semi-pro teams that you can play for. And then I kind of went that route and stopped playing college soccer. And I was like, oh, so wait, why am I at university again? Like, why am I taking these classes if this has nothing to do with what I'm trying to pursue? And then I stopped going to school. So I was like, because what am I doing this for? It has nothing to do, like, I don't need to be doing this for what I'm trying to do long term. And this is just taking up time, energy, and money that could be used for something completely different. So yeah, it's an interesting situation all in all, but we'll have to see how things evolve. I honestly, I could just continue to see that over the years, college attendance is just going to continue to drop for sure, because more and more people are going to realize that this is a waste of time, because more people are going to, once they leave university, they're going to realize, oh shit, I can't get a fucking job. And then once they realize that everybody's not being able to get a job anymore, they're like, okay, clearly university needs to be reformed in a way where people are actually going to get value out of going to university and college, because now people are waking up to it a lot more and more and more year after year that like college is basically a scam. It's just so obviously is, because you're not learning how to apply things. You're learning knowledge, but you're not learning how to apply things. And most of the time, most niggas are going to university to party and fuck around. Let's just be real. Like, if a lot of these parents saw what their kids were doing at university, they're dropping $90,000 for their kids to go to university, and they saw what their kids was doing, bruh, they would have heart attacks, bro. Because their kids going there to fuck around, bruh. It was a good thing that at least when I went to university, for the most part, I was just an athlete. So I'm focusing on just school and training. Like, I don't have time to really do the degenerate shit. But if I was just going as like a NARP, which just means a non-athletic regular person, oh, fuck no. Like, once you're done with schoolwork, all you want to do is just fuck around and go party and do dumb shit, bro. When that time could obviously be used to be focusing on actually learning valuable shit, but you're not even learning valuable shit because all you're doing is learning, not applying. And application is what matters. That's what creates value in the world. So it's just it's absolutely crazy. And I just hope university gets reformed. It just needs to get completely reformed. It's not valuable. People are wasting millions of dollars just across everybody who goes to university just to not be valuable to the world at all. You just come out at like 22, 23, 24 years old, and you're just not valuable to anyone. Of course, you can't find a fucking job. You don't know how to apply anything you know. You just know things, but who cares? There's hella niggas that know things. There's a very small amount of people that actually do things, and that's the difference there. Or that's kind of the gap that, yeah, it's just fucked. It's just fucked, basically. But we'll see how things evolve in the future. I'm always an optimistic ass nigga, bro. Like, in every single crisis, there's opportunity. So it'd be interesting to see how university ends up reforming itself in the future. I still think it's going to take a while. It's going to take a long time, but it'll be interesting to see how it reforms itself. But it definitely does need to reform itself, because I'm so tired of seeing niggas waste thousands of dollars to just be useless to society after 4 years. Like, that's gotta be stupid. Not even gotta be stupid. That shit is obviously retarded. What the fuck? So, but it's where we're at. So, okay. So there's one other thing here. I have to pull up my threads again. The other thing that I kind of want us to talk about here. Because as I get into the flow of one thing, I'm like, oh yeah, what was that other thing? Because sometimes it's not like sometimes it doesn't perfectly segue into the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I'm like, oh, what was that other thing I wanted to talk about? But we'll find it here, per usual, per usual, per usual, per usual, per choose, per use. Nah, but that college shit got me so fucked up. It's just like because you would think that just knowing is no, like, and you guys probably already even know this too for yourselves, like in your own lives, bro. Like you've noticed that, well, I could know about something, I could hear about something, I could hear the theories, I could watch the content, I could read the books, but when I actually try to do the thing, I'm like, oh, this is nothing like how I understood it. Like applying this thing I've learned is completely different from knowing it. Like it's completely different. It's just that's why application is everything. Anything you could do to just start immediately taking action, that's always the answer. Like you don't because you'll move too slow if you're just sitting there. I mean, as you can see from the whole college thing I was just talking about, you'll move way too fucking slow. So, oh, now I know what I wanted to mention here. Okay, so this is on some man shit here too. As a man, you should not be looking to have fun, be excited, or be happy. That is big fucking no no. And the reason for this shit is because as a man, you have a burden of performance. What does this mean? It means that you, when you were born as a man, you are instantly given the role of you need to provide and protect. That's what it is. You have to, and in order to provide and protect, what do you have to do? You have to perform. You have to do something. You have to become accomplished. You have to become skilled. You have to become useful, right? You have to do something to gain value or to be valuable to the world. Understand? So the thing is, you can't afford to want to have fun or be excited or be happy. Women can do that dumb shit because women don't have a burden of performance. They're already fucking valuable. They're good. For you, it's do or die. For them, it's do or try because they're not held to a performance standard. If a woman's a bum or broke or whatever, nobody gives a fuck. If a woman is rich or has money or whatever, nobody gives a fuck because she doesn't have a burden of performance. So if she performs, who gives a fuck? If she's not performing, who gives a fuck? You're a dumbass. If you're not performing, fuck you, fuck off. You're a bum. Everybody clowns your dumbass. Rightfully so because you have a burden of performance. You're a man, right? And naturally, you reap the benefits of being useful and performing and doing the shit that you need to do, right? So if you are ever prioritizing your fun or your happiness or any of this gay faggotry dumb shit, you're ensuring that your life is going to be horrible as a man because you're when you're focusing on fun and excitement or whatever, that means you're not focusing on becoming more capable and useful. And what's even funnier is you already know right now, thinking to yourself, you've paid for this. You've paid for prioritizing your fun and your excitement and happiness already. Because now you have to sit here and think to yourself, I've been prioritizing having fun and being happy and getting excited, but now I don't have that car that I want. Now I don't have that house that I want. Now I can't retire my parents. Now nobody gives a fuck about me, right? You don't have all these things. Now I'm not important to the world. I have no status. Nobody gives a fuck about me. If I was gone tomorrow, nobody would give a fuck. And that's the hard reality, but that's the truth. Nobody would care because you're not useful. You're not doing anything. You're not making anything happen. You're already paying for focusing on having fun and being excited, being happy. In life as a man, you should want to suffer. It's about the pain. It's about the suffering. Always. It's about the fear. It's about the nightmares. It's about the risk. It's about the not knowing what's going to happen next. It's about the uncertainty. It's about the doubt. That's what it's about to be a man. You should want those things. These things need to be a part of your life. Intimately a part of your life. Because if they are, it means you're headed in the right direction. The stress, all these things, it's good. Because that's what it takes to become useful and important. There's no man who's extremely important and not stressed at all. Just does not fucking happen. A man's life is pain and discipline and suffering at all times. No fun, no excitement, no happiness. You're not a bitch. You're a man. There's work that needs to be done. There's always work that needs to be done. This shit has to be bigger than you. It can't be just you. It has to be bigger than you. Your picture has got to get bigger. You can't afford to just be, it's all about me. Nigga, no. You need to live, you need to be in a place in your mind where it is do or die. A lot of men, because we live in this feminized emasculated society. A lot of guys think, oh, I want to be happy, and you're gay. You're fucking stupid. And like I just said, you're paying the price for it now. So understand that you don't want to be happy. You don't want to have fun. You don't want to be excited. I'm telling you, you need to tell yourself these things. It's not about fun. It's not about excitement. It's about purpose. It's about mission. It's about war. It's about fighting. It's about dying. It's about risking. It's about uncertainty. It's about stress. It's about struggle. That's what it's about. If you remind yourself of these things, then you're indefinitely going to become a winner. You're going to be a winner. You'll be forced to, because when the mission is so big, when the purpose is so big, you're forced to have to rise to this challenge. You have no choice, you know? And it's funny. It's like when you want the pain, when you want the suffering, when you want the doubt, when you want the stress, when you want the problems to solve, your life just indefinitely gets better as a man. And I believe God intrinsically made men this way. You've been made this way to suffer. It's like when you're a man and you're not suffering, when you are pursuing fun, happiness, and all these different things, you're actually at your worst, right? Like when you think about a man who's at his worst, what are you thinking about? A hedonistic man who's gambling, smoking, drinking, fucking hoes all day, chasing women all day. That's when you're thinking about a man at his worst. Like really think about it. Even think about the type of media you've watched, right? And how things kind of flip. When a man is at his best, when you're most excited for a man, what is it? When he's focused on a mission or a purpose, when he's dedicated, when he's improving himself, when he's locked in, when he's not thinking about anything else, when he's going through pain and suffering and going through the trials and tribulations and screams in the face of danger. Ah! That shit, that rage. Understanding that this is a battle, this is fight, that life is war. When you see that, you're like, oh yeah, this nigga right here, cooking, aura. When a man's at his worst, fun, happiness, which really just means drinking, smoking, partying all day, not doing shit, a bum, fat ass nigga, food all around him, bags of chips all around him. That's what you think of when a man is at his worst. But when you see a man at his best, he's living and dying for something bigger than himself. So why wouldn't you want to be the same way? You have to be the same way. So, yeah, man, this life shit is not about fun, man. It's about pain and suffering. That's what it means to be a man. That's what it means to be a great man. That's the type of man that I want all of you guys in the fam to become. So, yeah. That was actually a perfect way kind of ended off there, man. I want you guys to be winners. I want you guys to focus on winning. It's about the work. It's about the mission. It's not about anything else. All this other shit is bullshit. The fun, the excitement, the happiness, it's not worth it. As I just laid out to you guys, man, it's just like when you think about a man at his worst, that's what you think about. You think about a man who's just pursuing pleasure and just doing hedonistic things with no mission or no purpose, no grander thought process here. He's just a slave to his base impulses. Horrible, right? And I don't want you guys to be that way. So that's something I want you guys to have in your mind, tattoo on your mind. Understand that you want the nightmares, you want the pain, you want the suffering, because that is how all men must live. And that's when we feel at our best. That's when we feel fulfilled. So yeah, man. So with that being said, gonna catch you boys with another Yap session tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna go with the Monday through Thursday schedule, and then Friday, Saturday, I got a fan podcast and some other stuff. So that'll be actually give me a good chance to plan other content in the future as well. And then we get back Monday through Thursday and we'll rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? Keep it consistent, keep it going there so I can yap to you guys about important shit, like winning in life, shit going on in the world with politics and shit like that. But yeah, man, that's the plan. That's how we're gonna move. Love you, fam. I'm gonna catch you boys in the next stream. Deuces.